to start off with a couple of deep verses in the beginning of Romans chapter 2. So follow along with me. It says this: "Therefore you have no excuse, O man, every one of you who judges. For in passing judgment on one another you condemn yourself, because you, the judge, practice the very same things. We know that the judgment of God rightly falls on those who practice such things. Do you suppose, O man, you who judge those who practice such things and yet do them yourself, that you will escape the judgment of God? Or do you presume on the riches of his kindness and forbearance and patience, not knowing that it's God's kindness is what led you to repentance?" I'm going to stop right there. I know that's a deep verse, and I know a lot of people say don't judge or you can judge. Let me tell you the balance here. A lot of people judge wrongly, and a lot of people have a right to judge based on someone's fruit. It's okay to judge a tree by the fruit it's bearing. But when you judge somebody in the same thing that you are struggling with, there's definitely a problem. And I've seen in our culture today something known as grading Christianity. A lot of us Christians love to grade other Christians, especially about things that we're doing ourselves. Well, you shouldn't be involved with those people. You shouldn't be watching those kinds of things. You shouldn't be doing those kinds of things. Yet we ourselves struggle or do the same thing. It's like for some reason, because we put on a nice dress or a nice suit and go into church, that we have been elevated to a higher level with these same other believers that, just like us, struggle too. I want to encourage you, if you feel like, man, I kind of do judge people, and maybe you're not even aware that you judge people, don't fear and don't worry, don't be all caught up in yourself. I just want to encourage you to say that there is a right way to judge. But before you judge someone else and you judge the maybe splinter in someone's eyes, be careful about the log that's in your eye. And I myself am only saying this from personal experiences. I used to judge people in high school and talking about certain things, and one day I had a friend come up to me and said, "I didn't even know you were a Christian." I was so taken back, because what I realized is I was so busy trying to judge people about whether their faith was real or not, that I wasn't actually living a faith walk. People did not know that I was a Christian, and we're supposed to be a light on top of a hill. Now that was very convicting for me, and from then on I focused on love, I focused on representing Jesus, and I focused on pointing people towards Jesus instead of pointing them with their wrongs and sending condemnation their way. So if you're convicted, that's okay. If you feel like, yeah, I kind of do judge people a little too much, and I've kind of realized that I have struggles in my life that maybe I hold people accountable to, this verse is saying that you're not going to escape that judgment if you're going to judge someone else for it. It's God's kindness that leads to repentance, and I have seen that firsthand in my life. So instead of focusing on judging and seeing who's doing this, who's doing what, and how we should be living, let's remember it's God's kindness and love that led both of us to repentance. So I pray today that you walk out in a new light, that you begin to represent Christ in a different way, and let's live a life pointing people to Jesus.